There's so much toxic masculinity with a society to pressure men and expect men to not be able to have emotions. They're humans and should be allowed to have a human experience, which includes being able to express emotions or to have sadness or to be able to cry. For them to always have to hold up this tough exterior and this kind of armor that they do, then that actually hinders them when they want to experience intimacy with someone because they don't know how to drop that armor and to let go of this illusion or this mask that they've been wearing that they felt pressure by society to wear so that they live up to this expectation of this hyper masculinity. And we are all a combination. We all have, regardless of gender, we have a combination of both masculine and feminine energies. And so a lot of males, because of society and stigmas and things that are placed on that, is shame of like, you need to man up or you're being too soft or just whatever those things that can be even that through childhood or whatever that are
Mhm.
carried over. They really repress their feminine energy. But in truth, males have both the XY chromosomes. So they're more of a balance of the masculine and feminine than even a female. So, because they have both of these chromosomes, what we see a lot of times is that they end up wanting to be athletes or either a big sports fan to be very masculine or they join the military or whatever. They're always trying to prove their manhood. And it's really such a challenge to just embrace and to realize, there are feminine qualities about you that are very beautiful. Feminine energy is something to be embraced. And there are gifts within that too that they need to unpack and not always push away and resist. When you see a male that can be comfortable in his feminine energy, it's actually very attractive. And our ability to be vulnerable is actually a superpower and a strength. And it's often seen as weakness, but it's time to be seen for what it is because it's really strength. Because the weakness is when we keep pretending and wearing masks and keep trying to fool ourselves and others, and we're not living in our own authenticity and our truth.
Mm, that's beautiful. Oh, vulnerability is a strength. Oh, that's where the magic happens. I love
Yes, it is.
doing
It
this.
definitely is.
How do you help your clients get to that point of embracing vulnerability and that non-masculine side or the feminine side? How yeah.
I think the best thing is to give them the space to actually explore that and to talk with them and let them know that they can drop the shame about that. There's also a good book that I recommend to some of my clients by Lewis Howes called The Mask of Masculinity, which I think is really great. And I just teach them different things with self-love techniques and breath work techniques and just getting them more in touch with their bodies and then to explore their bodies and not to have any shame about it. Just to understand the feminine aspects as females, when we are more in our masculine energy, that's the energy of like getting shit done. Use that language. Getting things done.
You're totally fine on this show.
Okay. All right. Good. Good. Just checking. So, of getting things done and being very direct. And a lot of times females do this too. We're very much into our masculine because we want to be taken seriously. It makes us feel safer. We want to be
Mhm.
taken seriously in the workplace or with our careers. So we get very much into our masculine. And even I have female clients that are having challenges dropping into their feminine. So it's
Mm.
just realizing that, actually that feminine energy is what our masculine male counterparts actually crave because there's so much masculinity and that energy in the world. So while masculine energy is great for getting things done and certain things and having a certain drive for things, there's also a lot of beauty in the feminine energy and the softness there and the vulnerability also that is present with that is really much needed. I try to explain how to balance both of these things and self love, breath work, and just dropping shame are the first steps where I help
Mm.
them start to overcome this and embrace all aspects of who they are.
Right. All parts are welcome, right? All parts are welcome. And it sounds like you're really facilitating that process, or at least holding a space. Like you're saying, I'm holding space for them and creating the space for vulnerability to occur, validation, et cetera, et cetera.